Hi, this is the help video for Access Chapter 3, Pause and Practice number 3. We're picking up at step 7. Step 6 was running the query, so I'm going to run it. We have 57 records, which is what we had at the last. So we're in that potential commission by property. So we're going to continue to work on this because remember, one of the requirements is that the potential commission, right? Well, we don't have potential commission. We would need to have some kind of formula to figure out potential commission. And if you look at step 8C, it's 6% of the list price would be the potential commission for the agent. So let's see, what do they want us to do? Query should open. Okay, so let's run the query, and then they want us to adjust the agent's name so that it is best fit. So here's what I want to do. Do you see how I have down here? You have your I-beam, you've got your all these different views. We want to go on the agent's name where it's the black down arrow, right click, and then let's see, field width, and pick best fit. And it adjusts because agent's name, the name of the field wasn't showing. So now I'm going to take a minute and save. I'm going to come over and look at Datasheet View. Remember, this button switches you between the views. So now we're in Design View and not Datasheet View. So we're going to put in this field, we're going to put the new calculation called potential commission. So I'm going to right click, just like I did over here, and zoom. Same scenario. We type the name of the new calculated field. So potential commission, colon. So left of the colon is the name, right of the colon is the calculation. The field that I want is list price. Because it's a field and not the letters or the word list and price, we put it in square brackets so Access knows, okay, there's a field called list price. Now, if your field isn't called list price, if you have a typo, then you're going to get a parameter coming up, and that tells you that there's an error. Okay, so we're going to take list price times, so the multiplication symbol is the asterisk, 0.06, which is 6%. So we're saying create a new field called potential commission, take the value found in list price and multiply it by 0.06, and that becomes my potential commission. I'm going to go ahead and do OK and run it. And there it is. So here's the potential commission if this agent sells this property. Now, what do you notice about the field, the new field? This one, it's not formatted very well. So I'm going to go back to Design View. I'm going to be in this potential commission. I want to come up here to Property Sheet. In Property Sheet, we're looking at the field, right? Field. And then we want to format it. So in the General tab, Format, down arrow, and pull up the list. We want currency. I can close that up, run it again, and there we go. It looks so much better, right? So let's go ahead and save that. And we ran it. So we've done step 9. So that's good. But let's say we want to just do this for a specific agent. But that agent could change, right? So what we want to do is make something called a parameter query. So a parameter query is super powerful. So what this allows me to do is, based on an agent's first and last name, I'm going to filter the results. I'm going to put a criteria in there and only see those agents. That way you could print it out, hand it to them, and it's like an incentive. Here, K. Weatherby. Here's what you could make, right? So what we need to do first is we need to add the agent's first name and last name in. So if I run that, it gets this repeated, right? So we know at some point we need to not show first and last name. But right now while we're working, we're going to show it. And then at the end, we're going to take that away. So if we want to put in a first name of Simon. So if I was just to type this, I would just type Simon, right? And then if I run it, and I'm only getting Simon, right? But next time, it could be a different agent. It could be Kelly, right? So I don't want to have, and I don't want my users to have to go in here every time and change the name. So here's what you can do. Down on that criteria row, if you include a square bracket and then some kind of a prompt, so we're going to say enter the agent's first name, square bracket. Now I'm going to zoom so you guys can see that right there. This becomes a prompt, and the square brackets tell Access, because they're in the criteria row, that this is a parameter there that you're entering at runtime the value that you want to check. So now if I run this, there's right there is what I put, and I'm going to say Simon. If I can type it right. And look, it validated on Simon. If I run it again, this time I could put Kelly. And there's Kelly's, right? So I didn't have to change the query. I didn't have to have my user change the query. I just ask them what they want. They tally, and I run it against there. So we're going to do not only first name, but we're going to do last name. So I'm going to right-click and zoom on last name, square bracket, enter the prompt. And so one of the things that confuses people is you use the square brackets in two different ways. Remember when we did this calculated field, we used a square bracket to signify a field? That's when we're up here in the field row. Down here in the criteria, square brackets means the parameter. So it's the same character, but based on where it's at, it has a different role. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to uncheck that so we don't need to see it in the answer, and I'm going to run. So enter the first name. So I'm going to type that. Okay, last name Montoya. And there I got that one. Next time I run it, I could put somebody else's name in there. So I am going to go back here to design, and it's working good. So I'm going to do a file, save as, save object as, save object as, save as, and this time it's going to be agent parameter potential commission. Wow, this is a long query name by property. I would never make a name that long, because then every time you have to type it. So we're going to go ahead and do OK, and I'm going to close it. So now I'm out here and I run it. Nope, wrong one. Agent, that one. Look, it's asking me. So I'm going to do Kelly, or I don't know Kelly's last name. I don't know. Well, I got nothing because I didn't put an agent last name in there. So let's go Weatherby. So let's run it. So we're going to run this. We're going to say Kelly Weatherby. Yeah. Got Kelly's. Run it again. This time I'm going to say Simon Bidou. And I got Simon's, right? So I didn't have to change the query, but I can get different answers based on it. Super, super powerful. So we're going to go ahead and this is the end of that movie. So a couple things. If you use the square brackets up on the field list, it's part of a calculated field. If you use the square brackets in the criteria, it's making it a parameter query. All right, thank you.